Look, I'm sure that the Epstein files is an interesting subject and there's a lot that you can learn, but truth be told, society's always going to distract you until you die. That is literally the point of the media. And most of the content that you're consuming, anyways, a lot of it's just meaningless shit. That's literally all it is. And there's a reason why we're encouraged in Islam to be taking beneficial knowledge and to leave the rest. Now, we all have, you know, our interests in stuff that could be meaningless, and maybe just we just enjoying it. Like, I'm still yet to proper delve into the whole Epstein files, like the whole case and just all the information that's been put out there. But at the same time, I'm not going to be dedicating my life that much to learning about a man who's supposedly killed. Whether he's killed or whether he's dead, whether he's alive, it doesn't matter. The point is, you're living in your own body. You are literally living in your own body. And you've got your own chores and you've got your own tasks to complete. And to always be constantly, every single day, portions of your day to be consuming and to be so interested in stuff that doesn't involve you is taken away from your life. Now, I will also say that there are things to learn from the Epstein files, and it does involve us to a level, because I think a lot of us believe that the world isn't enslaved, is controlled by people higher up, whether you call them the elites or the government or whatever it is, people higher than the government. A lot of terms that would be a bit taboo to bring up, but that is true. But a mistake that people make is that they have a mindset which is that they get swayed regardless of it involves them or not. Like, they will be swayed away by the new season of whatever, and they'll take away from their own passions and their own interests, from their own tasks in hand. Like, you've got a life to live and you spend your whole life consuming other people's lives and content that does not concern you. And I'm just using the Epstein files as an analogy. Forget that. Forget the files. Let's talk about anything and everything. Love Island, binge watching movies, talking about other people, gossiping. And you see the pattern, like, people will all, like, you're just a pawn on the chessboard, and society is controlling you. And it's so easy to control you because you don't even think about it. Brain rot. This term, I hear brain rot so much. Like, it sounds funny, like the brain rot stuff, but again, when you look into it, brain rot, to rot your brain, like, that sounds mad. The one thing you can control in this life, and to a lot of you, life is a joke, and fair enough. We'll see where that takes you and where that takes all of us. But the one thing you can control, and you choose to rot your brain with endless scrolling and endless BS that does not concern you. Like, you could be scrolling for a bit, but if every day you're living, you're spending your youth years and you're spending the best times of your life, the strongest times of your life, and you're doing nothing about you're doing nothing to improve your life, then there's something wrong. And it shouldn't take an external person. It shouldn't take me having to tell you that you need to change yourself, because the change comes from yourself. But the point is, society's always going to distract you from the fact that you are going to die. And then whatever happens after death, which we as Muslims have been told about, you're going to have to pay the price for it. And that's literally facts. That is literally it. So you can spend your life however way you want, but you're gonna have to pay the price for it one way or another. And that's just how it goes. Like, that's literally how it goes. So I think we need to start remembering that we're gonna die every single day, because then you can probably start getting a move on in your life, and you can start changing stuff. You can change your mindset for the better by acknowledging that you're gonna die, because now you're really gonna start putting the pace on in your life, and you're gonna want to change and be better, and you're gonna stop caring about meaningless shit. You really are. Like, if you're dying, if you're on your deathbed and you're dying, and the only thing you're thinking about right now is your health, are you thinking about anything else other than your health? No, you're not. You're not thinking about who done what on Love Island, or who died in the next season, or the next episode of whatever show you watch. Like, we can all consume media, and that's fine, but the problem is, it's normal to binge watch, and it's normal to just take away years of your life. Literally, quite literally. It's not days of your life. It's not even hours of your life. It's hours accumulated into days, accumulated into weeks, accumulated into months, accumulated into years. And the simple way to prove this would be, what substantial thing that you wanted to achieve in the last 2 years have you achieved? Every January, new year, new me. And you're going to start going gym, for example. And gym is literally the absolute bare minimum. To be able to go out, to to breathe in fresh air, and to run, and to keep yourself fit is the bare minimum. But anyways, let's just use the gym. You wanted to go gym consistently, and then you give up by February. Or the average person does. Like, I think I've seen enough average people to know how they move and how they act. You're going to start eating healthy and drinking healthy, and you've got a can of Monsters in your hand every morning. If not 2, if not 3, because you love caffeine. There's your health. So how you spent your last 2 years is more than likely how you're going to spend the next 2 years. Because if nothing changes, then you're going to always have the same result. If you always done what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. That is the point. You're not going to see any magic coming out. You're better off working hard and hoping for magic, rather than to sit there hoping for magic and nothing actually happens. So there's that. It's a simple reminder, regardless of what you're consuming right now, regardless of what you're so invested in, regardless of what problems you're going through in life, whatever worldly problems you've got, just know that you're whatever your age you are right now, and time's going to fly by like nothing, and you're going to die. And then there's that. And there's the big reminder in here from Islam is the fact that, you live a couple of years in this life. You're not even guaranteed to live the typical 80 good old years of your life, and then you die a good death. You're not even guaranteed that. You could die tomorrow. You could die tonight. We could all die tonight. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Absolutely nothing is guaranteed in this life except for death. So how you preparing yourself for the next life, So it's an important reminder for all of us that you're gonna die, and then you're gonna pay the price for it. However way you feel, you could be laughing at this message, you could find this message very serious and very upsetting, you could find this message, you could not even be bothered by this message at all. The truth is, you're gonna die, and you're gonna pay the price for how you've lived your life and how you haven't lived your life. So to live with intent is one of the most important things. Intentions is absolutely everything in this life, because with intention comes cause, and then you can start building from somewhere. You could intend to be a good person and to be a good Muslim, and then you'll do a lot better than the one who doesn't. So there's that.